There's a place hidden deep in the woods, a town that no longer exists on any map. Hollow Creek was once a vibrant community, until the night it vanished along with its people. No one knows what happened, but the eerie whispers in the surrounding forest tell a story, far darker than anyone could imagine. The last known record of Hollow Creek was a faded photograph showing a peaceful, idyllic village with cobblestone streets and quaint cottages. But now, it's nothing more than an abandoned place lost to time. The locals in the nearby town tell a different story. They say the ground is cursed, that the souls of Hollow Creek's residents are still trapped, waiting for something or someone to break their silence. The most chilling part? No one is allowed to speak of it aloud. Mentioning Hollow Creek is forbidden, and those who dare to ask questions are never seen again. But here's a twist for years. Hollow Creek's true fate has been buried, erased from history. What really happened? The eerie silence surrounding it has never been explained. That is, until now. Tonight, you'll hear the haunting tale of Hollow Creek, and what remains of it. It all started with a strange event, the kind that makes your skin crawl. The town's founder, an eccentric man named Elias Thorne, had always been a bit of an outsider, a man with strange ideas. He believed that the creek flowing through the town was no ordinary water source. It was a gateway to something far darker, but he never shared what he truly believed lay beyond the waters. In the dead of night, Elias would disappear into the woods near the creek. No one dared follow. And then, one fateful evening, the town woke up to find Elias missing. The creek had risen overnight, swallowing the land in a thick black fog. By morning, Elias was gone, leaving only his journal behind. His final words? "They've come, and they're not leaving." The townspeople gathered to search for him, but all they found were whispers. The air was thick with dread. The fog didn't lift for days. The creek's water turned black and cold, and strange sounds came from the woods at night, a low, guttural hum, like voices calling out in a language no one could understand. A month after Elias Thorne's disappearance, the entire town of Hollow Creek began to change. People reported hearing footsteps behind them in the woods, but when they turned around, no one was there. Strange shadows began to appear in the windows of abandoned houses, flickering and moving as though someone was still living there. Then it happened. One night, every resident of Hollow Creek disappeared without a trace. Not a single body was found. Their homes were left as they were. Food, half-eaten, lights still flickering, and clocks stopped at exactly midnight. The eerie silence that followed was so profound. It seemed to seep into the land itself. People from nearby towns who ventured too close to Hollow Creek would hear whispers in the wind, calling their names, drawing them closer to the edge of the forest. And those who entered the village, seeking answers, never returned. It wasn't long before rumors spread like wildfire. Some said the land itself had turned against the people of Hollow Creek, as if it had become a sentient being. Others claimed the curse of the creek had taken hold, swallowing the town whole. But the most terrifying theory was the one that no one dared voice aloud. The town had been erased from memory, history, and existence itself. Now, years later, the area around Hollow Creek is off limits, and anyone who dares to set foot in the cursed ground feels an unshakable sense of dread. Many have tried to uncover the truth, but no one has ever made it out alive. The locals speak of an unspoken rule: never speak of Hollow Creek aloud. Some say it's a warning, others say it's a curse. But the truth is far worse than anyone could imagine. Hollow Creek wasn't just abandoned, it was erased. There are no records of the town's existence anywhere. No legal documents, no photographs, no witnesses. It's as if the town was never meant to be remembered. And the few brave souls who sought to uncover the truth found that some stories should remain untold. The fog surrounding Hollow Creek still hasn't lifted. Every year the wind carries a strange hum, like the voices of the lost. And those who dare approach the woods report seeing figures in the distance, figures that disappear when approached. The forest around the creek is thick with a presence, as if the land itself is watching, waiting for the next soul to wander too far. And the whispers, they haven't stopped. The stories haven't stopped. In fact, they've grown louder. They say that every year more souls are drawn into the curse. The restless spirits of Hollow Creek are stirring, and they are angry. They are calling out, trying to be heard, trying to reveal the truth of what happened. But no one can hear them. Not unless they're ready to become part of the mystery themselves. But now, there's someone new. Someone daring enough to seek the truth. You've listened to the whispers. You've walked the line between reality and nightmare. And you've crossed the threshold into the unknown. But be warned, Hollow Creek is not a place for the faint of heart. Those who venture too close may find themselves lost in the darkness, their names forgotten like the town itself. They'll become part of the curse, swallowed by the very same fog that claimed the lives of the town's residents. The town may be gone, but the curse remains, and so does the mystery. For as long as the forest stands, the story of Hollow Creek will linger, waiting for the next soul to cross its path, waiting for the next person who dares to uncover what's been hidden. The town is gone, but the curse remains. The lost souls are still there, their whispers louder than ever. Hollow Creek is waiting, and it's not done yet. The fog that envelops the abandoned town of Hollow Creek never seems to lift. The eerie, thick mist creeps along the ground, curling between the trees and sweeping over the cracked streets of the long-forgotten village. The air is damp, heavy with the smell of earth and decay, as though the land itself is mourning something lost. But what is it that the town is hiding? Why has Hollow Creek been erased from all records as if it never existed? Some say that there was something much darker lurking beneath the surface, something so sinister that it demanded silence. The townspeople had known for years that the creek was no ordinary body of water. At night, the water would shimmer strangely, glowing with an unnatural hue. Those who dared approach would hear faint, whispers calls from the depths, beckoning them closer. The water seemed to have a life of its own, pulsating with an energy that was felt deep in the bones. Some said it was a curse, others said it was something far darker. As the town began to fall apart in the wake of Elias Thorne's disappearance, strange occurrences grew more frequent. One night, a resident of the town claimed to have seen Elias standing at the edge of the creek, his figure illuminated by the eerie glow of the water. But when they called out to him, he didn't respond. Instead, the water began to rise, slowly creeping over the banks, as if it had a mind of its own. The resident fled, terrified, and when they returned the next day, the creek was calm once more, the eerie glow gone. Those who tried to investigate further were met with nothing but terror. No one could stay long in Hollow Creek without feeling the weight of its curse. It was said that the land would refuse to release those who sought to uncover its secrets, trapping them in a timeless cycle of fear and darkness. The village itself seemed to bend and warp with the curse, shifting and distorting as if trying to keep itself hidden from the world. And still, the whispers continued. People in the nearby towns could hear them. Carried on the wind late at night, the voices of the lost souls, forever trapped in the fog. And shadows of Hollow Creek, the whispers grew louder with each passing year, as if urging someone to return to the town, to unlock the truth that had been buried for so long. But anyone who ventured too close to the village never came back. The cursed ground seemed to swallow them whole, erasing them from existence, just as it had done the residents of the town.